Ahead and get started.
Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Fernando Zacarias, and I'm the Principal Mentor and Program Coordinator of MultiPOD Mentoring. I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because you are all over. And I thank you for attending and adjusting your time to our current time. We changed last Sunday. What we are going to do today is the following. I will give a presentation on the program, some aspects of the program. Then we have one activity presented or introduced by Shirley. Oh, by the way, I am from Mexico. I'm a physician. By Shirley Bejarano, and she will introduce herself. And she and Mahdi Abdel Wahab from Egypt, who is now in Amsterdam, will give you a testimonial, or we say a few words. And then I let them decide what to do. And we want to introduce you to two of our mentors, so they tell you about their experience with MultiPOD. After that, we will have a presentation by the Coalition for Global Health Innovation, which is the daughter of MultiPOD. And now they are all by themselves working very hard. Shirley will then present some of the resources in the website, and we will have a period for questions and answers, and then the closing. If there are more questions, we can stay a few more minutes with the people who want to stay. Okay, MultiPOD, as you know, is the P of pathways, the O opportunities, and the D of decisions. And you can see a young man here looking at two different pathways. You see another young man, but now he's looking at the future with his knowledge, expectations, and what he's seeking for opportunities. And finally, you have this young lady who has to decide if she stays out or goes through the blue or red door. And this is in 3 words what MultiPOD is about. But we are going to propose, I'm going to propose that you ask yourselves 9 questions about your future. The first 3 have to do with pathways, and I'm happy that Ron Anderson is here because he addressed that. Who am I? What am I? What is what you have in your business card? And what is my ikigai? And I will explain what the ikigai is. We are recording the session, so you'll get everything afterwards. And then the next series of 3 questions is, let me move that. How do I know what I want? And essentially, how do I find and how do I get what I want? And finally, decisions. How do I know this is it? How do I choose? When do I choose? This is your future. And that's what we are addressing, and you will be addressing the rest of your life. The future has already begun for all of us. The ikigai is a Japanese concept. Don't pay too much attention to this side, but you can see some Venn diagrams, and I will explain that to you in the next one. It has to do with the balance between 4 elements, and that will bring you fulfillment and a long, productive, and happy life. And the ikigai is the intersection between what you love, your passion, what the world needs, why you are here, which is your mission, what is what you have been calling to do in the world, your vocation, and finally, what do you do to earn your living, your profession? There's a module on that we'll share with you during the first session. Now, our two objectives, the first one is, of course, your professional and personal development and growth, and also honing some of the know-how of your technical ability. But our medium and long-term goal is to create this critical mass think tank of collective intelligence network across the world. And Neelam Iqbal is going to talk about that later. This is what you are and who you are, my friends. You were selected because you are the best among your peers. So please don't be modest. That's what you are. And your peers can be 5 people or 10 people or 100 or half of humankind. But you are the best that we could find. These are the qualities that we are seeking of you. You are far above average, and you have talents, abilities, and creativity, something that makes you specific and different than everybody else. And this is what you promise yourself, us, and the world that you are going to be, your performance. You are going to be helpful, and you are going to be effective, and you are going to be successful. So best, extraordinary, unique, useful, effective, and successful. Our mentors are selected because of their success. That's where they start. And after that, they have to have experience, at least 10 years of real world experience and knowledge, which is what they are going to share with you. And how they are going to share that with you is through their performance, empathy, attention. They will listen to you, and they will transfer to you their wisdom, which is basically recognition of what's important in life. And this is the curriculum, the professional development, know-how, the technical and scientific knowledge. We are not an academic program. We're a multidisciplinary program. And finally, your personal growth. And here are some of the areas or the themes that you can explore with your mentor. How you know yourself, the effective use of language, thinking, approaches to decision-making, how to manage power, etc. Your professional development is probably what you are looking for most. Looking for a job, write a resume or your CV, job interview, etc., etc. And the technical and scientific knowledge will depend on you, because your mentor may not be familiar with your area of expertise. You are also experts. You have been studying for 18, 20 years, and you know a lot that you can also teach your mentor. As an example, well, let me tell you, this is the way we have grown. 17, 18, 19, 20, and now with you, we have Sudan, we have some of the Baltic countries, etc., etc. So we keep growing because we want to have a network in different countries. And this is the life course of MultiPOD. In 2014, 2016, I worked with 2 of my mentees at the Pan American Health Organization, and we decided to fund this new organization. And these 3 years, or the first 6 years, we had 30 mentees, 60 mentees, 60 mentees, around 150 until 2019. And then we expanded, and now we have between 70 and 80 mentees. So we expect to have 800 to 1,000 mentees by the end of the decade. But in 2019, and again, Neelam will explain that, at the World Health Summit in Berlin, a group of mentees established or talk about the idea of establishing a coalition for global health innovation. And this coalition is already working, and by the end, we'll probably have many more than 100, but I think 80 to 100 will be working. And this is what I wanted to show you more than anything else. The proof of the pudding, of the recipe is in the pudding. At the end of the year, and this is a requirement of the program, we measure the usefulness and effectiveness, your opinion of the sessions and the program. But what's important is the fulfillment of your goals. And there's 5 or 6, but most of the people want to find a job or get accepted to a higher education institution. And finally, they recommend the program, and some of them give us recognition by asking for a certificate. This is the usefulness. This is the effectiveness. This is the people who got their desired job, about 2/3, less in 2020. Desired studies, and here it goes up if we consider the next 3 months, because some universities notify them in March or April of the following year. These are the people who recommended us, 100, 98, 94, 93. And this is the ones who asked for a certificate. The first year we didn't want to do it, but the next years we do it, and now 93% are asking for a certificate. And this is the end of my presentation. This is an example of the certificate that those of you who want to say you went through the program can have. And now let me introduce Mahdi Abdel Wahab. He's in Egypt. He's from Egypt, but he's now at the KIT, the Royal Tropical Institute in Amsterdam. And he's going to tell you something about himself and his experience. And then, of course, our host, Shirley Bejarano from Colombia, and now living in New York City. So please, my friends, go ahead and say what you have to say or want to say. I think Mahdi is starting, Shirley.
Yeah, I am here. Hello.
Okay, where are you? Okay.
If you can unshare your screen, Daisy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. Oh.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. Thanks for also inviting me, Daisy and Shirley, to join today. My name is Mahdi Abdul Wahab. I'm originally from Egypt. I graduated from medical school. I practiced medicine for a few years in Egypt and decided to continue into public health, which as coming from a low middle income country, I came to the realization that stopping the stream ahead or uphill is better than just treating or fixing or making dams down the stream. And that's why I thought that public health, and later became global health, more interested in global health, is where I should focus my efforts. I did a master's degree in KIT, where I work now. I'm now coordinating the master program, and I'm a global health advisor, where we do, I participate in different programs, including a mentorship, our own mentorship program also at KIT. And I'm happy to be part of the MultiPOD program since 2017. I have been a mentee myself also at that period when I was just finished the master, and I was trying to find my way through global health. And it was very useful experience for me, just having someone who went through that road before, or at least knows how things work, and just to orient. Maybe it wasn't more about the knowledge, technical knowledge of the topics, rather than the experience and finding your way and helping with getting oriented and so on. That was at least how I benefited from my experience. And since then, I joined also the steering committee, and I'm very happy this year to be invited as a mentor too. So I hope to see you more often, and thanks for inviting me.
And he's very modest because After he finished his MPH, the institute stole him. They didn't let him go. So he's not bad. He's not bad. Okay, so Shirley, will you say a few words?
Yes. And Mafi, thank you so much for joining and sharing. So yes, I've let's see. I'm Shirley Bejarano as DZ, or Fernando has, I call him DZ. So you may end up calling him DZ for Dr. Zacarias. It's just a short, cool way of referring to our program coordinator. So yes, I'm originally from Colombia, now in New York City. And a little bit about my background is I've been in the HIV field for the past 12 years. And then MultiPOD came into my life at a really critical moment where I was deciding either I take a really great opportunity as a director, or I go into another route where it's really my passion. And so that was a really difficult position. I had never been a director before. And we worked out with my mentor, doing the pros and cons. And I ended up taking the director position. But I was also reminded that at least one of the big takeaways from my mentoring has been that you're not married to any position. And at the end of the day, you're not going to have a wrong answer. It's just going to be a new experience, and that's going to take you to another new experience. So I've been extremely grateful, and clearly I'm very fond of the program. Still here after 4 years, yes. So yes, and that's another great thing is that once this program ends, a plus is that you can continue having a connection with your mentor. And sometimes, and probably some of the mentors will share that a mentoring relationship can last even a lifetime. So I really hope that you all have an amazing time here and really get the most out of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Shirley doesn't know mathematics. This is her 5th year with the program, and she went from NT to technical officer, and now she's the assistant coordinator of MultiPOD mentoring. Okay, Shirley, you continue, please.
Yes, thank you. So now we're going to do just a quick activity that we're going to check out we're going to build a word cloud. And this, I just put in the chat. If you could please click on the link, it's called menti.com, and then enter the code that appears there. And I'm going to just share my screen here. We can all see where are we from. Can you still see my screen? Nothing's interrupting it, correct? Can you see the countries?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now we see Germany is always one of the largest that we have. Great. Spain too. Wonderful. Great, from Brazil. Uganda, welcome Uganda. I'm not sure if we had anyone from Uganda before, right, Fernando?
Yeah, no.
Or we have, but
yes.
Not many.
Not many. Well, now we have. Now we do.
Now we do.
And Monica is here. We know. We have a critical mass from Romania now. Oh, Chile. We know who they are.
Yes. Okay, great. Now we can, oh, we're still having some more. And Serbia. Yes, Serbia is definitely here. Costa Rica. And Afghanistan. I'm not sure if we've had anyone from Afghanistan in the past. At least it's also not common. We've definitely, as well as you saw the presentation, many, many countries. We've almost covered the entire globe as far as participation.
I want to see Latvia.
Latvia.
Okay, Christine.
Oh.
Well,
Maybe not. Okay, so let's see. And who else is here? Okay, a lot from UK, Germany, France. So then we're gonna have to start learning some more languages. All right, so let's go to the next question. Let's see. What is your global health interest? All right, climate change, infectious diseases, definitely always one that's very common.
wow.
Leadership, wonderful.
Wow. See, infectious diseases are back because of the pandemics, probably.
Mhm.
And you know what, my friends? I know who you are. Because in addition to the selection committee, I read all of your applications, and I know who you are. And this is great. We have one of the most diverse group of mentees this year. Perfect.
Wonderful. All right. So that was just a quick activity, just to see who your fellow mentees and mentors are, and you see the diversity of areas within global health, and this is exactly reflective of what global health is. It's all the intersections of everything that that affects our health every day. Okay, so let me stop sharing now. Okay, great. So I think now we will go to the mentors testimonial. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Before that, we're actually going to go into the breakout rooms. So this is the breakout room where you're going to be able to just interact with a couple of your fellow mentees and mentors. And you will just, you can talk about, introduce yourself, and also you can talk about what is your, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of global health. So those are your two things. So you'll introduce yourself and discuss what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about global health. So let me just get everyone into the breakout room.
Hey, Shirley. Great job so far.
Hey, wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for joining. And please feel free to join a room.
Okay. All right. I will then.
Yeah. And Tanushri and Selena, please feel free to join the room or one of the rooms.
Yes, sorry, I'm having trouble with my internet. So do you know how I can join? Where's the option to join a room?
Oh, you know, let me see if I can automatically just put you there. Sign in. Hi, Rebecca and Tanushri. Are you able to join a room? No? Okay, let me just go ahead and assign you to one.
Okay. First, I want to introduce Irma Manoncourt. She's with us. She's been with us since last year. No, this is your second year. And she's been very successful. And when I say that, is because your achievement as a mentee is your achievement. But your success is both your success and the success of your mentor and the success of the program, of course. So, Irma, why don't you introduce yourself and say a few words about your experience with the young people at MultiPOD?
Thank you, Fernando. Hi, I greet you from Paris, France. As mentioned, I joined MultiPOD last year and I had two mentees, one in Australia and another one in Japan. It was one of the most fascinating professional experiences that I've had as doing this mentorship. And I think what I would have you remember is when you're talking with your mentor, it's a two-way process. As you may be learning and expanding, so is your mentor. And I think this mentorship process really gives you an opportunity to look at endless possibilities, endless possibilities. So if I had one thing to suggest to you is push your mentor, challenge your mentor, be bold. This is the opportunity to really test out ideas. This is the opportunity to say, I don't know. We've all been there in our own professional careers. So we have some things to share with you, but at the same time, you're sharing with us. So I found as a mentor that whereas I may have helped my mentees, they helped me even more. Because as old as I am, I realize I'm still learning. And that interaction is a powerful one. And I think as Fernando said, the potential is there to establish a longer term professional relationship with your mentor. So good luck, challenge, be bold, be courageous.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to remind everybody that we are an intergenerational program too, a multi-generational program. I and some of my fellow mentors are from the silent generation of World War II. And then we have the baby boomers and the generations that follow. And now we have mentees from Generation Z, the new generation. So, and we can see how different we are, but we all share the same values. And you, my friends, you're in charge of the 21st century and our planet. So there are lots of expectations for you. And now I'm going to introduce Diogo Martins from Portugal. He was so young when he joined the program that I said, well, okay, you should be a mentee. But I met with him and said, no, this young man has to be a mentor. And now he's been a mentor with us, I think this is your 5th year, no, Diogo?
4th year, starting the 4th year.
Okay. So please go ahead and introduce yourself. And he's one of the most requested mentors, despite his youth. So he knows something about life and mentorship. Okay, please.
Thank you, Fernando. That's really kind, and thanks, Shirley, as well for the invitation. I mean, it's hard to follow what Irma just said. Now, I definitely agree. It's a two-way street, the mentorship, whether it's in MultiPOD or in life. And I think forever we will be mentors and mentees of somebody, and we won't even notice that. So it's so nice to formally recognize that as part of a program and as a part of a global network. So I've been part of this family for 3 years. This is my 4th year. I've had 6 mentees from Kenya, Nigeria, Canada, the UK, China, different places. And I have to say that each one of those different places and those individuals, they took me in journeys that I was never expecting to be part of and be able to, give a contribution to their decisions. I have to say that I was very proud to meet with at least the majority of them in person. I remember a few of the examples were to bring some of the mentees here to a global health conference in London. By the way, I'm a public health doctor. I work for the Wellcome Trust in the UK, but we brought some of the mentees to a global health conference in London. We've helped a few of them we work together actually in applying for jobs at the UN, getting some consultancies here and there. And more recently, even with the pandemic, one of my mentees was struggling with some of the career decisions. We were able to sort of point out that career direction into the right trajectory. So it's been an interesting and very rewarding experience from a mentor's perspective. I've been learning how to listen and how to learn as well. Again, I'm more of a peer mentor than anything else. But it's been such a wonderful journey. One of my mentees is, by coincidence, also my neighbor. So we go out for walks, we play tennis together, we are friends now. But it really is a network. It really is a very passionate network. I think the 2 words I would leave behind with my intervention is the persistence and the networking, which I think is what I've said back then in my application in 2017. It's I think key, that bringing passion to that persistence and perseverance and to the networking, because I think that can get you very, very far. Obrigado.
Thank you, Diogo. And I don't know if he mentioned that he's from a beautiful country, Portugal, but he's been in the UK for some years now. Okay, thank you. Shirley, I would like to pass this to you because you know what comes next.
Yes. So now we have a special presentation from one of our members from the coalition that Fernando had mentioned during his presentation, which is the Coalition for Global Health Innovation. And we have Neelam that will be who is part of the editorial group in the coalition, and she's going to give a quick presentation about the coalition and then how you can also join. So
Right.
Neelam, oh, you know what? I need to make you co-host.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Sorry. One sec. All right, the floor is yours.
Now let's hope this works. Here we go. Can everybody see the presentation? Working great, perfect.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you. So yeah, hi everyone, and I'm really happy and honored to be here today, especially as a representative of the Coalition for Global Health Innovation, aka CGHI, because it's a bit of a mouthful. So there we go. So as some of you already know, the CGHI was created as a spin-off of the MultiPOD mentoring program. And this started in 2019 with the launch of the World Health Summit in 2019. And the idea was to build a creative and effective multinational, multidisciplinary and multicultural collective intelligence think tank of exceptional young leaders, innovators and practitioners of global health and human development that are also committed and capable of successfully addressing the health and development problems confronting humankind in the 21st century. So in the second quarter of 2020, CGHI has started developing as an independent group. And with this, we're aiming to become a separate organization and produce content and initiate projects of our own. So the possibilities are endless. So CGHI is a non-profit committed to bringing innovative solutions to the field of global health by building a think and do tank for early career professionals, making their ideas into solutions together. So after exploring our personal networks and listening to our peers from the field, it became quite clear that a lot of early career professionals have a lot of ideas and energy and enthusiasm, especially within the global health field, but they often lack the resources and confidence to actually step up onto the path of idea realization. So we envision to create a platform for early career professionals within the global health and human development fields to realize their ideas and also turn them into solutions through teamwork. So also we aim to create a community where they are supported and empowered to develop their skills and gain experience so we can increase the innovation in the global health field together. So we're putting an accent on building not just a think tank, but like I said earlier, a think and do tank, because what we want to see as a result is action, and therefore everything we do contains a call to action. And the coalition is intended to function on 3 different levels. So there's the steering group, which would be the group sort of steering and advising the entire coalition. And then there's our community, which is the space where we develop and roll out projects. And then there's our audience and our followers. And within our steering group, there's 6 groups that we have. There's the leadership group, and the finance and partnerships group, administration, editorial, which as Shirley said, I'm part of, and the community building and social media and events team. So there's a lot of different opportunities to get involved with depending on what sort of skills that you prefer to contribute as well. And yeah, so in this spirit, I'd like to just use this opportunity to invite you all to join our steering group. You can find more details on our website in the Work With Us section and on our community. And also if you follow us on our social media, you can keep updated with our open calls and any projects that we're working on that you'd like to get involved with. So yeah, that's it from me today. Please join us and don't hesitate to reach out at any time. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Neelam. I also put in the chat the link to the coalition, so check it out. They have a beautiful website. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to also introduce you to other opportunities to not only join the coalition, but know that we are also partnering with other wonderful organizations. And so far we have some of our really close partners And I'm sorry to put you you all on the spot. You may know who you are, but I wanted to point out Blanca, who is part of the Global Health Next Generation Network. And also we have a couple of people from Women in Global Health. We've had actually other mentees who are part of Women in Global Health. And right now I see that we have Becca. So I'm so excited for you to join, Becca, as one of our new mentees. And Shreya, who is a guest today, but all doing amazing work with just young leaders and young women around the world doing creating an impact. So thank you all for joining, and we're also super excited to continue our partnership with both of y'all. So now I wanted to also share more resources, and I wanted to just point out to our website an area, if you haven't been able to check out, which is our resource section. So let me just share my screen. Can you all see the website? And you should see Jovana's beautiful face there. She is the president of the coalition. So once you're on the website, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can really find this section at the very bottom of any of the pages on the website. So I wanted to point out this section, resources. So once you click on resources, you can find links to other global health institutions, international NGOs, networks, and foundations, academic and research institutions, and other technical information, and definitely a job database. So I feel like this area is the most underutilized on our website. So I wanted to make sure to, because these are some of the questions that we're constantly getting, like, oh, well, where can we get this and that, and especially with your mentors. So please use this section. We're going to try to do our best, or I'm going to try to do my best to update it. And any suggestions that you have, please feel free to send them. I also wanted to share with you another great source, which is from Greg Martin. Can you still see my screen? Now you can see Greg Martin's channel. Okay, this is a YouTube channel, and if you have not yet checked out Greg Martin's channel, it's incredible. I was introduced to him, I want to say in 2016 or 2015, whenever he started this. It might have been before, but they are short informational clips or videos, and it's super helpful, really hones down on the importance of whichever topic he is discussing. So check that out. I'll put this also on the chat. And I think that was all for me. Now I would like to just open it up for any questions and answers, or any questions that you may have. And please feel free to put them in the chat, or unmute yourself and ask your question.
Shirley, my salon.
Oh, okay. While you think of your questions, I have to show, of course.
It's beginning. It's just the beginning.
This one of Fernando's absolute favorite parts of the website, where you can also be part of. So we have a section. You can also find it at the very bottom, or of course on the top. This is actually one of our main areas. And we have a section called Salon. And this is a space to share talent and creativity. As Fernando has mentioned, you were all selected not just because of your excellent achievements so far, but also because you're a well-rounded person. You also have other talents. And this would be maybe with photography or poetry, dance, music, all kinds. So we have a section on our website, which I think makes us more unique, which is called Salon. And this, as you can see, is a space used for MultiPODians. to share their talents, passions, creativity, curiosity, and vision. And so this can be in any form of poetry, photography, painting, short essays, music, etc. So if you'd like to share your talents with us and with the world, please share and submit your submissions through here on the website. And yeah, we look forward to all of your submissions. Fernando, do you have anything extra to say?
Yeah, we are also interested in your athletic achievements or any other forms of kinesthetic intelligence. We have a young man from Brazil that went to Mount Everest. We have the judo champion from Romania. So it's not only the intelligence or the creativity that has to do with art and painting and philosophy. You can submit anything you want that makes you unique. The only things we don't take are political statements or discussions, because that's not the place. This is a place to enjoy art, philosophy, ideas, what makes you unique. Okay, thank you. So are there any questions? And again, my joke is $1 per answer, $5 if the answer is correct. It's a joke. Are there any questions, Shirley?
Let's see, I think.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
My name is Javiera. I'm from Chile, and I'm sorry on beforehand if you already have put the information on some email, because this question is related to the choice of mentor. How really, what are the instructions really for that? Because, okay, I met today Diogo and Irma, but who else is going to be available? And yeah, what is it really? How is it like? Do you have to vote for one? Do you get assigned to one? How is it like?
Can I, perhaps I should present the last part, and that will answer some of your questions, Javiera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next steps, you are going to receive an introductory document, a very brief document about the program, what to expect, and a list of all the mentors in the next 2 or 3 days. And what we ask is that you choose 3 possible mentors. You will have the profiles of all the mentors. Don't spend too much time, because some of the mentors get 6 or 7 mentees who want them, and they can only take 1. So we try to assign you to one of the 3 mentors that you chose, wherever possible. And we are successful in about 80% of the cases. But all our mentors are very good. So you can get a mentor from another discipline, and that would be good for you and good for them. And then you are notified about your assigned mentor. And remember, this is your program. So you are in charge, and when you are notified about your assigned mentor, you have the responsibility to contact her or him and hold your initial session. By the end of May, well, now it's maybe too late, 1 or 2 sessions should have been held, if possible, because in the beginning of May, we do an assessment to see how things are going. The mentorship is organic, and we want to know if there's good chemistry. How do you think about the mentorship? And we give you a module for the first meeting with your mentor that has to do with who you are, what motivated you to get into the field in which you are now, etc., etc. So the whole process is really easy and non-stressful. Don't agonize over which one should be your mentor. Just choose 3 of them. And then remind you that the main purpose of the program is for all of us to build a more fair, safer, and healthier world. Are there any more questions? Because I wanted to end with the anecdote, a short story that is in the website too.
We do have just a couple of questions. Let's see. The first one is from Ron. So I'm going to, I think all of the following questions I would like to give to you, Fernando.
Wow.
So Ron is asking, does the resource section have lessons or content?
Lessons or content? What is?
Do you want me to clarify?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in the previous website, we had various types of resources, including guides to various steps or things you might do in the process. And I was wondering, in the new website, does that kind of content still exist?
What we wanted to do first, the idea was to have all the modules. There are a few modules to serve as guides if you need some guidance in one of your sessions. And they were available to everybody. Now we decided to put them in an area called exclusive, so that they would be for MultiPODians, for the mentors and mentees. And there we have modules on communication, how to look for a job, etc., etc. So they will be available, and we just need to finish with the website, which we'll try to do in the next 2 weeks or so. So they will be available. Plus, we already have, and that's available to everybody, databases, and we have access to, I think, about 1,000 scientific journals from all over the world that you can consult if you're doing a thesis, not only English literature, but all kinds of different publications.
Yes, and also, Ron, maybe this is also relevant that we had the modules on the old website, but the modules will be emailed to everyone. So you can use them as a guidance, or sometimes it depends on how the mentorship ends up evolving. Sometimes you don't necessarily need to use them, but it will be there available for everyone if you would like to use that guidance.
Yeah, my primary interest was really the module that I wrote last year. Has hyperlinks to other content that is on the site. So you and I should probably talk later on that.
Okay, yes, great. Thank you so much, Ron. Okay, and then I think the other question was from Selena, and she says, I was wondering how many applicants were there and what criteria you choose or how you choose that.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, we had more than 100 this year. And we ended up with about 75. Some of our mentees are returning or continuing mentees. That's about 8–10%. The rest of you were chosen not only for your academic and professional achievements. That's a given. You were chosen because of your approach to life and to knowledge. Did you see that we ask you something about ethics and about decision making? We wanted to know how you felt about gender issues, with a little story anecdote about Muro and Anita. So there were few areas in which we were actually trying to investigate how you think. Because for us, that's the most important part. And also how you feel. And also what you are thinking about the future. What are your priorities? And that had a great weight on the decisions of the selection committee. And those of you who had special talent or that spoke more than 4 languages had a little bit of an advantage. And that's what we chose. Let me tell you, most of you are women, young women, for 2 reasons. One, because there are more women in global health and public health now, and because you are better. I'm sorry, you are better. Young men, please close your, and old men, please close your ears, because of the applications that we reject, about 90% are men. Sorry, you are more careful or you are better, I don't know. But that's something that is very encouraging. You know that when you have been discriminated or doing something about, you have to be better to be treated equally. And you have been doing that, generations of women. So those are some of the criteria that we use. And you have to be confident that you are very good, that you are unique, and that you are going to be successful. And that's why you are with us. So remember, we're building a more fair, safer, and healthier world. And I also want to tell you something. I thank you for accepting being accepted at MultiPOD, because you are putting your trust on us that we are going to be able to help you. And that's very flattering, and that makes us enthusiastic, because of what you are giving to your mentors is equally valuable than what the mentor is giving you. You give them enthusiasm, you give them hope for the future, you give them new information, you teach them. You're doing many things that are really, really, really dear and valuable for your mentors. And in return, you get some ideas, some support, some help in making your decisions and finding your pathways. So if we don't have anything else, Shirley, I think we are going to end.
I think the last question was from Yasser. Is it possible to get in touch with all mentees and existing group? So, so with the coalition, thank you for your question. That's a great question, and we've had that question several times in the past years. And that's actually how the coalition started. We wanted a space where the other mentees can network, can meet with each other, share experiences. And the coalition is the perfect place as well to join. We also have a LinkedIn group, but we realized that not many people were using it that much. But we can definitely revisit that, but it is there for you to join. I think the best place is the coalition still. And yeah, I'm not sure if Neelam, would you be able to say a few words regarding that? I'm not sure if we still have that on.
Oh, okay, if I can add something, at MultiPOD, we don't hide anything. Your evaluations are not anonymous, are confidential, but not anonymous, because we don't want anonymity. We want you and us to tell you what is happening, and we take our words very seriously. And one of the things that we do is we distribute to everybody from the very beginning of the program the profiles of everybody. Of course, we take some of the areas that are more private, what is a bad experience or a good experience, but everybody has access to the addresses, to the ideas, to the background of each one of the mentees and the mentors. And we encourage you to meet and to contact as many as your peers and mentors as you need. This is for you, but also for us. And sometimes we have sessions with 3 mentees at the same time. And sometimes mentees meet among themselves. I meet with some of the mentors. And this year we're going to make that process a little bit more well organized. But if you can share with us some other ideas, that will be great. And you can do that in the first evaluation. You can use the coalition website or their social media to start that kind of publication, but you will know who is who in the program. Okay, I hope that answers your questions. And Shirley, shall we give them a deadline to return their preferences for mentors?
Yes,
sooner we receive them, the sooner we can assign the mentors.
yes, I think by Monday we can, if you could send that to us, that would be great.
You'll receive the profiles today or tomorrow, no?
Correct.
Tomorrow, because you are ahead of us, many of you, as far as time. So when you wake up, you may have your list of mentors with you. Okay.
And I see that I think someone had suggested a WhatsApp group. If you would like to do that, you could just email me and then I can put all of you in touch. And you can work that out, I would say, just on your own. But you can just email me so then I can put everyone in touch if you'd like to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you very soon. And I hope to meet as many of you as possible, because I really, really enjoy and learn a lot. Well, try to learn. Sometimes I don't learn, but I try to learn a lot from all of you. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.